and the Prabhupada was going to come in 75. So the president called us that Prabhupada is coming. So we were so happy, and he said he will stay until Sunday. So he called us Thursday. So we thought, we were living far away, so we thought we'll go Friday and stay there until Sunday, until Prabhupada stays. And Thursday night he called, he says, why you didn't come? Prabhupada already left. And we was almost crying. We said, oh no, what a mistake. He said there is some emergency came in Detroit, so he has to leave. So we didn't see him. But Prabhupada went outside and he saw one church, because the temple was a very small house. The hall was just this big, and so many devotees used to come. So he saw one church, and Prabhupada says, we should buy this church if it comes on sale. So after Prabhupada left in 75, the church came on sale. Same church, because it was Prabhupada's desire, I think. It's a nice church. So then devotee was collecting the money that we should get it because Prabhupada wanted. And even Prabhupada says, I will send money from BBT, but you buy that church. And then they went to buy a church. They says, the church people said, we won't give it to Hare Krishna, we will burn the church, but we won't give it to you. So it was hard. So what the devotee did, the president, he wore a wig. And he went and bought a temple, because they didn't recognize him. So and then Prabhupada says, when you buy a church, put the Krishna sign on the church. So he put Hare Krishna sign. And the government says, no, you cannot put sign. So he sent someone to take the sign down with the ladder. So the person put the ladder, and he went a little bit, and the president said, I'm standing right here, you go all the way up, and I'm going to throw it down. So the guy came down from the ladder, and he ran away with the ladder. And we still have a sign of Hare Krishna. Because it was Prabhupada's desire. When pure devotee desires something, nobody can do anything. Because Krishna is always in favor. So they was asking everybody for the money, so they went to him. So they said, how much you can give? So he gave blank check to them. He said, put whatever you like. And they put $5,000. Then we paid through the card, because we didn't have 5,000 in our account. But it's good that Krishna engages us in paying for the temple. And then they bought the church. And then he was structural engineer, so he designed altar and everything. And then when Prabhupada came in 76, we had that church, so Prabhupada was so happy. So this time we decided we're not going to miss Prabhupada. So I made a garland from my garden, some yellow, orange, nice roses, big, and it was smelling good too. Yeah. So I thought, no, I will make it only from my garden, whatever it. But it was not that big. So I was a little bit afraid because I didn't see Prabhupada in person. So I thought, I hope he offers accept my garland. So we went to airport. There were so many devotees, so we saw Prabhupada quickly, and then we ran back to the temple to greet him there. So when Prabhupada came, there was a two-way to go in the temple. One way this way and one straight. So Prabhupada was going like this, so he went straight, so he can see Prabhupada in front. So he went with the garland because he wanted to offer the garland. So he went with the garland and he wanted to offer. And all sannyasis and brahmacharis, they said, not here, inside. Prabhupada said, no, he wants to offer, let him offer. So he offered. And then he started paying obeisances right there. And everybody said, not here. And Prabhupada says, no, let him offer. He's so merciful. So then he lifted up his right foot and put it on his head. That was a big mercy. And then Prabhupada went in and he saw Gonitai, Radha Gopina, Jagannath, took Charanamrit and sit down on the Vyasasana. Because he had a garland So he started taking out the garland. And I said, Prabhupada, please keep mine. So then he put mine one back. And I said, Prabhupada, you're listening. And then it catch my mind and everything, you know. And then when he get off of the car, I decided, he is my father, he is my everything. I'm going to take Diksha from him, I decided when I saw him. And then he used to give class every day. He stayed there for 7 days. Yeah. So he was giving morning class. And he was giving cookies to the woman and kids. So that's the only way, because he's sannyasi, that's the only way we can get some mercy from him. Because the man can get the mercy, but we cannot even touch his feet. So it was painful. So one time Prabhupada was going from the temple room to his room. We used to run to touch his feet, but never get successful. So one Mataji, she was looking at Krishna, and all of a sudden she ran and hold Prabhupada's feet. And everybody said, Mataji, what are you doing? And Prabhupada said, it's okay. And then in 1 or 2 minutes, he let him go. I said, boy, you have courage to do that. And then people was inviting him, because he was, the president was not taking him everywhere, far distance. I had a desire to invite him at my house, but it was not possible. He was going everybody's house. But when I desired, the same night Prabhupada came in my dream, and wherever I wanted him to sit down, he sit down there and I offer him prasadam. Yeah. So he always fulfills the desire of the devotees. So then, person invite us when they invite Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada was asking question, who joined? Oh, before that, my husband went to the morning walk with Prabhupada. And he asked question, Prabhupada, I have a Gaudiya Vaishnava Guru. Do I have to take Diksha from you? So Prabhupada has his cane, so he stopped and who is your Guru? So he says, Rasa Vihari. So he says, where does he live? So he says, in Vrindavan, Prabhupada. He says, I know him. He keeps woman servant. That's what he said. And it means indirectly Prabhupada told us that we should take Diksha from him.
Yes.
So he went back, he said, oh, Prabhupada will, blaspheme my Guru. So he went back from near Prabhupada. And then the person invited us, so we went there. And Prabhupada was going like this, 75 I came, who joined? So everybody says his name, Manhar Patel, because we used to go Friday night and come home Sunday night. So. But then there was small room, so no room, so he was outside the door. So when everybody said his name, then he came to the door. And Prabhupada says, oh, this gentleman, he's already joined. Just looking at him, he said that. And then the people gave him a room to come and sit. So like Prabhupada was sitting like that, so he came right there, because it was not much room. So, and then Prabhupada says, why they are not joining? So everybody says, because they were saying all different reasons. So at the end he says, Prabhupada, I know why they are not joining. They are impersonalist Mayavadis. And then Prabhupada went like this and laughing, because Prabhupada used those words. Yeah. And then Prabhupada made a joke with him and he says, he is personalist, look, he is personalist. And then Prabhupada was eating, we offered some prasadam to Prabhupada, he wanted to eat only fruit. So we gave him a fruit, but the chiku was not cut. And Prabhupada picked that. And we all feel so bad that, And he says, get me a knife. And then we said, Prabhupada, we can cut it and bring it. He said, I have 2 hands. I'll do it myself. So I think he gave us a lesson that when you offer to Guru or Krishna, we should cut it and offer it. So that's what we learned. And he was feeling bad that we didn't do it proper. And then Prabhupada was sitting and everybody was in the line to touch his feet. Especially the ladies, they don't get chance to touch his feet. So today everybody, even ladies and kids and even my daughter and my mother, everybody was in the line. So I was in my 4th day, so I said I couldn't go to touch his feet. So I start praying to Prabhupada. I said, Prabhupada, this is golden chance. I don't know when I will do it again. Please give me mercy. If you don't mind, can I touch your feet? I was praying like that, and then one devotee pulled me in the line. And she said, I don't want to hear anything, just come. Then I went and touched his feet, and that was the only chance I had to touch his feet. So he's so merciful. I hope I didn't make any offense, but I was greedy to touch his feet. So that's what we did. And the Diksha, we supposed to get it when Prabhupada was in 76, first and second, because Prabhupada saw he doing so much service and everything. So he said, I'll give you both, first and second. But his mother was there. She just came on 11th and Prabhupada came on 16th. 5 days different. She's a very good devotee. So she was saying that because Gaudiya Vaishnava we took Diksha, so we cannot have another father. So you cannot take Diksha. So I told him, maybe I'll take, you don't take. So he said, we'll take it together. And then Prabhupada left for India. And then he was going to come back in 77. He came until London, and then he was sick. So he went back to Vrindavan. Then he wrote letter to everybody that whoever wants to associate with me, please come. And before that, the president wrote letter to Prabhupada. Before I wrote letter to Prabhupada that I want to take Diksha from you. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj answered, because I think Prabhupada was sick, so he was that time not answering. So he says, you already took Diksha from Gaudiya Vaishnava, so you don't have to. And I said, what answer I got? So then I start praying very hard to Prabhupada. In each beat I was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Prabhupada, please accept me. So one day the president wrote letter to Prabhupada that 18 devotees are here ready to take Diksha. So Prabhupada, please give through the letter and send the beads and name. So Prabhupada did that. It was in 77, Prabhupada left in November, and we got it in September. Like 2 months before Prabhupada put us in the boat. It was Krishna's mercy. We were supposed to get it on Janmashtami, but we couldn't get it, so we got it on Radhashtami day. So President called me, he says, I have a surprise for you. And I thought, I don't know what surprise. I said, Prabhuji, please tell me. He said, you're getting Diksha. And I was like crying. I said, Prabhupada, listen my prayers. And then I was praying to Prabhupada that please give me name that I can remember Kichur Gopinath. So he gave me name Amrita Keli. Jo Kichur Gopinath still the kid, that name is Amrita Keli. So I said, Prabhupada, you listen to my prayers and you give me name Amrita Keli. So we took a Diksha in September, and one of my friends, she went to India to see Prabhupada because Prabhupada wrote later. And I was telling him maybe I can go with her. He said, we'll go together. He always tells me we'll go together. So we didn't know Prabhupada will leave in November. We thought, we'll go again. So Prabhupada gave her second there, Brahman. If I went, I would get it too, but it was not in my fortune. And then I was praying to Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, you invited us and I couldn't come to associate with you. I feel so bad. So he came in my dream in Penaclin, like traveling in Penaclin. So in my dream I saw him and then I paid obeisances. That was my dream. So next day I went to the temple and asked one devotee, why I got a dream like this. She said, don't you know, Prabhupada is traveling in Penaclin to see Krishna Balaram because he is sick. So he is always with us. If we pray, then we get our answer. Every time I am in anxiety or something, I always pray to him, and either I put tape on, he will start from my answer. One time he was president in Vancouver and somebody says something, so I was disturbed. So I said, let me hear Prabhupada. So I put the tape on and he says, elephant walks and dogs barks behind it. So like Prabhupada is trying to tell me, don't worry, just do your seva. And one time my daughter went back to India, so I was feeling bad because she didn't like Canada. Siva, because Siva, what are you doing for living? So he said, I am a structural engineer. So Prabhupada said, there is so many engineers, so many doctors, you become a preacher. So next day he left his job and became a preacher. He didn't even ask me, and then I didn't say anything to him. I say, Prabhupada says, then we will be okay. So it worked out. And Prabhupada told him that in Toronto there is a 70,000 Indian or something, right? So you make them a devotee. So that was our mission. We were just trying to bring people in the temple. We used to invite them nicely, then people used to like, and then they start coming, you know. They think, oh, I have a friend at the temple. So they used to come. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj called us in Chicago. So they all were saying, we're not going to come to the temple. I said, no, you have a friend, different devotees friend, and Krishna is there. So you should come. So they are still going to the temple. And then we went to Chicago and preached there. And he saw Prabhupada in 76 in Rath Yatra, New York Rath Yatra. There was lots of devotees and Prabhupada was there, first Rath Yatra. So he visited him there. Thank you very much.
Srila Prabhupada ki